All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, you're going to learn how to order fractions, decimals, and percents. So whenever you're ordering fractions, decimals, and percents, there's some lingo that you need to be familiar with. That's when they say least to greatest. So that means your smallest number is going to go to your greatest number or your biggest number. They might say greatest to least, where you have your biggest number going to your smallest number. Then they have something called descending. Descending. When you hear descending, it's something that's going down. So you're starting from your highest number and going towards your lowest number. Then the opposite of descending would be ascending. And with ascending, you're starting with your lowest number and you're going up to your highest number. So you do need to make sure that you're familiar with that lingo because you may see that. So now that we've talked about that, it says put the following numbers in order from greatest to least. From least to greatest. So we can go ahead and do that. Now, what some people like to do is they like to go ahead and convert all of their numbers into decimals. You most certainly can do that. That's not a problem. And another way you could do is just by using number sense, which sometimes I like to do. One thing I always like to compare about is with tests. Like if you took a test and got a 14% or took a test and got a 1%, you could automatically tell, oh, 1% is definitely way lower than 14% on a test. So that might help you when you go to order. So we're looking for our smallest number here, and this fraction really stands out to me. It's 1 1/4. What we could do is we could convert it into a decimal, or we could turn it into a percent, or we could just kind of think about it. I'm going to go ahead and just convert it to a decimal so we can kind of see that. 1 1/4, that would be 1 1/4 is a benchmark. That's 25. So 1.25. So this as a percentage, if we were to move this decimal 2 times over, would give us 125%. So now that I have this as a percent, I went ahead and just converted it since these two were already percentages. So now it should be a lot easier for us to put it in order from least to greatest. So looking at this, the smallest number would be this 1.6%. It's very small. If this was a grade, that would be extremely sad. I'm going to use a less than sign to show that we're ordering from least to greatest. So that's taken care of. Now we've got 14.3% compared to 125%. I think we can agree that 14.3% is going to be the next one. Again, that's an extremely low grade, not very good. Then we have that 125%. That is a above and beyond grade. That's like getting 100 and then getting 25 extra credit points on it. So you end up with 125%. So that's the order from least to greatest. Looking at the next one, it says put the following numbers in descending order. Remember, when we're going from descending, we're going from greatest to least. So I'm just going to put G to L as a reminder. Now here we have all three different forms. We've got a fraction, we've got a percent, and we have a decimal. And they all seem like they're pretty similar. With this 1 2/3, 2/3 is kind of sounding off an alarm. This is a benchmark. So 1/3 is 0.3333, going on and on. So 2/3 would be 0.666, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to put 1.66 and then I'll put a repeating bar over here. With this 160%, if we were to move that decimal 2 times to the left, we would end up with 1.6. And then 0.66 is just 0.66, so I'll put that there. Now looking here, we need to put this in order from greatest to least. So our greatest number is not going to be 0.66. It's got a 0. That's not going to work. Here, both of these have a 1 and both of these have a 6. However, this is just 1.6. Done. That's it. Whereas this is 1.6666666 and it goes on and on and on. So this is going to be larger. So we're going to do 1 2/3, a greater than symbol to show we're going from greatest to least. Now looking at these two, this next one has a 1 whole, whereas this one doesn't. So this is going to have to be the next biggest at 160%. And then lastly, we would have 66 hundredths. So I went ahead and converted these to decimals just to make it a little bit easier. Again, you could have kind of looked at it number sense way to help you out.